the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys.
Oops. Good evening. What's up and what's good? And welcome to All About Sports 216 Sports Show with me, Keith Allen, on this Thursday chilly, very, very chilly evening. What's up and what's good? Happy New Year to all. This is the first All About Sports 216 Sports Show of the year. What's going on, everybody? I'm going to be discussing a lot today. I'm going to be discussing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavaliers, winners of 11 in a row. I'm going to be discussing the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are making off-season moves. Their disastrous season, it just culminated this past Saturday, and they're making moves, hopefully to get some changes going within the coaching staff. Also, I'm going to talk about Ohio State versus Texas going on tomorrow. And on top of that, we're going to talk about Cleveland State University men's and women's hoops, both winning at this present time. And last but not least, I'm going to give you my All About Sports 216 NFL Top 10 and also my All About Sports 216 picks for the college semifinals between Penn State and Notre Dame and the playoffs, NFL playoffs of all 6 games going on this weekend and Monday night. So stay tuned for that. And meanwhile, I'm going to show you a few things. First off, hit me up. The chat lines are open. Oh, wow. Got that color. Okay. We're going to go with light blue today. That's cool. The chat lines are open. Hit me up. Got an opinion on something, sports-related topics? Hit me up. I'm willing to listen and willing to speak to you and everything. Also, this show will be coming on every Thursday. I did have it as Tuesday, but I think it's going to be every Thursday at 6 p.m. That's right, 6 p.m. And also, oh, I know it. I forgot the main thing right here. Let me scroll down real quick. Be sure, if you're watching this on YouTube, shout out to everybody watching on YouTube, watching on Facebook, and if they're watching on X, subscribe to the Alan Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. That's right. Subscribe to the Alan Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. You'll get content from this show. And coming soon, the Triad Committee. I just got to get the dates together and whatnot. But please subscribe to the Alan Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. And also, pretty soon, later on, sometime around midtime this year, I'll be having merch, t-shirts, sweatshirts, just about anything you want with All About Sports 216. I'll have a shirt coming soon. Also, now let me get started first, and we're going to get started talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers, who have the best record in the league, defeated the team with the second best record in the league, the OKC Thunder, 129 to 123. And the game lived up to the hype. Because you know how most, like some NBA games go where you turn it on and then sometimes you just get generally bored watching. Not this game. This game was plenty of action and everything. Jared Allen led the Cavs with 25, 25 and 10. Evan Mobley scored 21, and the Cavs have a league best 32 and 4 record. A league best 32 and 4 record. And think about this. We're almost at the midway point of the season, and the Cavs have won 11 straight games. 11 straight games, and 10 of them by 10 or more points. 10 or more points. Imagine that. It was a real good game last night. Tonight, the Cavs will try to continue and go for 12 in a row as they take on the Toronto Raptors, who are 8 and 24. Now, the main thing with the Cavs tonight is there's no Donovan Mitchell, and honestly, there could be sort of a letdown since there's no Donovan Mitchell and they slayed a giant last night with the Cavs, as they slayed OKC. So it'll be interesting tonight to see if the Cavs play down to the comp or if they come out blazing and rolling and blow Toronto out of the building. My guess is since there's no Donovan Mitchell tonight, I think the Cavs might struggle for about 3 quarters, then in the fourth take over and take control of the game and everything and defeat Toronto and hopefully get their 12th win in a row. Think about it. Cavs done had a matter of fact. Also, what I forgot to mention is the Cavs snapped OKC's 15-game win streak. Imagine that. They snapped their 15-game win streak. And the thing is with the Cavs, I will say this. The Cavs have many different ways to beat you. Many different ways to beat you. Because think about it. Last night, Donovan Mitchell had an off game. He only scored 11 points. But Ty Jerome came off the bench, scored 15. Matt Strus came off the bench, scored 17. And like I said, Darius Garland had 18 points. Jared Allen, 25. The Cavs are dangerous. And I'm going to be honest, if Jared Allen plays like he played last night, regularly, this team is hard to beat. Definitely real hard to beat. So go Cavs and continue that win streak. Continue that win streak. And think about it, we're in January. We're in January. Best record in the league in January. If this team stays healthy, man, they can accomplish great things. Great things. And we're getting towards the All-Star break. So, since we're getting close to the All-Star break and there is All-Star voting, vote the core four into the All-Star game. Vote the core four into the All-Star game. Vote. Let's get as many Cavs representing this team in the All-Star game as possible. And I think with the best record, if it continues, Kenny Atkinson will probably be the coach, one of the coaches of the All-Star game. But, I don't know how they do it now. They done changed the format and everything. They change everything so much. So, hey, vote the core four into the All-Star game. The Cavs will face OKC again next week on national TV, as they'll be on TNT this go around when they play OKC. But tonight, In about 45 minutes, they'll be facing the Toronto Raptors. And hey, go Cavs. Get it in. Get it in. Now, I'm going to pivot a little bit and I'm going to go to, matter of fact, I'm going to stick with basketball. I'm going to stick with basketball because also a team that's on a winning streak here in the Cleveland area is the Cleveland State Vikings men's basketball team. They won last night on the road at Robert Morris 80-66. Dylan Arnett led the Vikings along with Tevin Smith. The Vikings have won 7 in a row and are 11-6 overall, 5-1 in the Horizon League. Now the Vikings, let me see, who do the Vikings take on next? Let me see, who do the Vikings take on next? I think they got a game on Saturday. Let me see. What's today? Okay, January 9th. Let's go January 12th. January 11th. Let's see, who do the Vikings take on? Let's go. Wait a minute. Thursday, January 9th. Okay, Saturday, the Vikings travel to Youngstown State. Youngstown State, they're in a logjam for first place as well in the Horizon League. Should be a very interesting and entertaining game because they'll be on the road against Youngstown State. Youngstown State is decent this year as well. So go Vikings. Keep up the good work. And also, along with that, with the CSU men's, the CSU ladies are doing damage as well. As the CSU ladies will be taking on Saturday Robert Morris. And if I'm not mistaken, the Lady Vikings are in first place as well. As I scroll down, be patient with me, everyone. Be patient. Let's see. Okay, let's see. January 11th. No. Yeah. Sunday, January. Okay, what's the day? Today. Okay, Sunday, January. Well, the Lady Vikings will be taking on Purdue Fort Wayne this Sunday at 2 o'clock at Cleveland State. Check out the Lady Vikings. They're doing pretty good as well. They have a record of 13-3, and they're in second in the Horizon League. 13-3, 9-1 in the last 10. One game win streak. Let's go, Lady Vikes. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. They lost their last game to Ohio. No, that's wrong. They did. But the Lady Vikings, they're 13-3. Check them out and support them as well. Go Cleveland State. You know, I've been a Cleveland State fan since I went to the first game back when I was a kid, back when I was about 7, 8 years old. I went to Public Hall. My grandfather and my uncle took me down to the game at old Public Hall back when I was a kid. Also, the Cleveland Charge will be playing at Public Hall tomorrow and Saturday as well. Go support the Charge. Tomorrow will be, oh my God, Grateful Dead night. Supposed to be a concert afterwards. A cover band supposed to be playing Grateful Dead music. So go support the Charge tomorrow as well. Things. But now I'm gonna pivot and I'm gonna go to some football. As I'm gonna talk about the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns ended their season last Saturday as they lost to the Baltimore Ravens. I think it's 35-10. 35-10. The Cleveland Browns ended up with a record of 3-14. Whew. far cry from what I predicted back in the summertime. A far cry. And I was one of the smart asses that said they would go 12-5 and win the division. Boy, was I bamboozled. Man, but the Cleveland Browns end the season at 3-14. They do have the second pick in the upcoming draft in April. They have a second pick. And everybody knows the Browns need a quarterback. Because, let's see, with the Deshaun Watson thing, hey, the Browns had did Deshaun's contract and all. Then come to find out that he had a setback with his injury, Achilles tendon injury. So, looks like Deshaun's going to be on the shelf for the 2025 season. So, the Browns are probably going to have a whole new quarterback room. Whole new quarterback room. Now, I'm going to be honest. I honestly thought that Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry should have gotten axed. I'm going to be honest. 3-14. But they didn't. But the Browns did make some moves. Oh, yes, they did. They did make some moves. They sent offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey packing. Got him to stepping away from here. Ken Dorsey was, before he became the Browns offensive coordinator, was the offensive coordinator in Buffalo last season before in 2023. This year, whew, wasn't good. Wasn't good. Whole lot of pass, very little running. Whole lot of pass, no run game at all. And it turned out to be a disaster. So they sent Kevin Dorsey packing, but he wasn't the only one they sent packing. They also sent offensive line coach Andy Dickerson packing as well. And I think that happened like early Sunday, or might have happened before they got on the bus or got on the plane from Baltimore. Who knows? But to be honest with Dickerson, he might have been gone probably a few weeks prior, because from what reports I've read and heard was that Vrabel was coaching the offensive line. Stefanski was helping out with the offensive line. It's like everybody was taking turns with the offensive line. But Dickerson was supposed to be the offensive line coach. But that is no longer happening. He's gone. So the Browns made a move and they hired Mike Bloomgren. He used to be the former head coach of Rice University, and he's had NFL experience, on staffs and NFL experience. He actually coached under Callahan at one time. Callahan that was here, he was the previous offensive line coach before. So hopefully Mike Bloomgren can bring the running game back and offensive line back to the Browns. Because, man, whew, I didn't recognize that line at all. That line was like one of the worst. He had the worst running game in the league. Pass protection was shitty. It was just bad. Very bad. So, congrats to Mike. Good luck to Mike Bloomgren. Hopefully, they can get things rolling. And with the second pick of the draft, we'll see what happens. You know, you get a lot of I've heard a lot of various opinions over this week, on what the Browns should do in the draft. Whether they should draft a quarterback, whether they should draft a lineman, whether they should trade down. But let me ask you this. Let me ask y'all this. I'm going to say this. When the Browns traded down, where did it get them? For real, where did it get them? Because I remember back 2014, 2015, they traded down. They had the fourth pick, and they ended up getting Justin Gilbert and Johnny Manziel. Hmm. Where did it get them? Now, in 2017, they traded down because they had two picks, I think, in the first round. First pick, they had number one, they had Myles Garrett. That was unanimous. But then they traded the other pick down and ended up with Dave Njoku and ended up with Peppers, Jabril Peppers. And they ended up, I don't know if they got somebody else, but I mean, it's kind of mixed bag of results with that. But trading down, I mean, where has it gotten them? To be honest. And I'll say this. If Stefanski has the chance and the authority to pick who he wants, and if it's a quarterback, so be it. But they got to coach him and develop him. They can't just expect them to be the finished product and just go off the talent at all and we're going to live happily ever after. No, that's not how it works. They got to develop him. They got to enhance everything that he's good at and strong suits and coach him up on the areas where he might not be so good. Now, I'll be honest, it's like two quarterbacks that will probably go in the first round. Cam Ward of Miami and Shador Sanders of Colorado. Now, to me, to be truthful, I'll say this. Um, Shador probably most likely fits Kevin Stefanski's system. Play action. Dude is accurate passer. Play action. He's not athletic as Cam Ward, but he's accurate. The balls get there. He throws. He's accurate. And I think he would fit the best in Stefanski's system. But also, you got Cam Ward. Cam Ward probably is more athletic, electric, and more than likely, Cam Ward will probably be ready to plug and play right away. Because Cam Ward has been a few places and stuff, and he can adapt a little bit more. Not saying Shador can't adapt or nothing like that, but I mean, Cam Ward will probably be ready to play right away. And Shador, coaching up and everything, you never know. Because think about this. I hear this every year. All the quarterbacks ain't that good. Quarterbacks ain't that good. Last year, you would have only thought K getting drafted last year. Everybody's talking about Bo Nix was like a second or third round pick last year. Look at Bo Nix. He's going to Buffalo to play in the playoffs, and he's the starting QB. Jalen Daniels. They weren't talking about Jaden Daniels like that either. All you heard was Williams of Chicago. That's it. That's all you heard. He's a superstar. He'll have Chicago in the playoffs this year. Jaden Daniels got Washington in the playoffs. He turned their fortunes around. Just saying. Get the guy, coach him up. Coach him up, develop him. Hey, you never know what can happen. Because to be honest, I'm going to tell you the truth. The Browns can select a defensive end, they can select anybody, but they have to get the quarterback position right. Remember, we selected Myles Garrett number one in 2017. What was the Browns' record? 0-16. 0-16. Got to get that quarterback right. You have to get the quarterback right. And plus it'll buy Kevin some time too. It'll buy him some time. Because think about it. If you get the guy that he wants to pick with no interference from the front office, and even though I think they should hire a football guy also to help out Barry with the player acquisitions. But if it's no interference from the front office, just let the front office, DePodesta and Jimmy, let them work on the stadium. Let them work on the dome. Let them do that. And let Barry and Stefanski and let whoever is player personnel, or if they hire a football guy, which I would wish they would hire a football guy, let them do the player acquisition and on the field. Because evidently, like I said, too many cooks spoils the dinner. But until the Browns get a quarterback, this team will always be in peril. Of course, you'll have years like they had the year before when they went 11-6 when they used 5 different quarterbacks. But usually results like that are not likely. And think about it. I don't knock the Browns for acquiring Deshaun. They did what they thought they had to do in order to get that guy that could be the icing on top, the cherry on top, to push them up over. Unfortunately, it didn't work. It happens. It happens. It didn't work. It just didn't work out. I mean, with all the off field stuff, then the injuries and stuff, it just didn't work out. And that's cool. But this draft here, free agency, is going to be huge for this team this year. It's going to be huge. And the Browns got to get it right. They definitely have to get it right this time. Because, hey, it's 3-14 was worse than the 1-15 in 2016, and it was way worse than the 0-16 in 2017. Because this year, this past season, we had expectations. We had expectations. And to be honest, I probably wouldn't give no coach a passing grade or anything on this team. I might give Schwartz a D. Stefanski, F. Offensive line coach, F. Dorsey, F. The Browns have to get this right. They can't F this up. They cannot. So if Kevin falls in love with a quarterback, let him take him. Because if you don't get the quarterback right, it doesn't make a difference. Now they do got to get the line together too, because the line did get kind of old real quick. So I don't know how the line gonna be looking next year, but hey, they gotta get that quarterback as well. Now it was something I was gonna say about the Browns as well. It was something else. It was something else. Hmm. Must have been. Hmm. Then I had a brain fart or whatever. But the Browns have to get that together. They definitely have to get that together. Meanwhile, since the Browns are at home, we have other teams that are participating in the postseason. In the postseason. And we got 6 games going on this weekend. Six. 6 games going on this weekend. Now I could do my picks and everything. But first I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do my top 10, and then I'm gonna do my picks and everything. Do the picks for the football playoff as well and stuff. Now let me get my. Oh, wait a minute. What am I looking for? Okay, get my introduction music. Here we go. Hold up. There we go. The top 10, All About Sports 216, top 10 is going like this. At number 10, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, winners of the NFC South. The Buccaneers will be taking on. Who is they taking on? Oh my God, I got the thing right here. Oh my goodness. The Buccaneers will be taking on. Wait a minute, where is my thing at? Hold up. Got a little technical difficulty. The Buccaneers will be taking on. Oh, shoot. The Buccaneers will be playing. Oh, there we go. Buccaneers will be taking on the Washington Commanders at home. Oh my God. I'm crazy. At number 9, we got the LA Chargers. The LA Chargers will be going on the road. And they will be taking on the. Uh-oh. They'll be taking on. No, they won't be taking on the. They'll be going on the road. They'll be taking on the Houston Texans. The LA Chargers will be taking on the Houston Texans. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm off to a bad start. It's first of the year jitters and everything. But at number 8, we got the Washington Commanders. The Commanders will be traveling to Tampa Bay to take on Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the playoffs this weekend. At number 7, we got the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers, who finished 3rd in the NFC North, will be traveling to the city of Brotherly Love to take on the Philadelphia Eagles this weekend. At number 6, we have the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings, after suffering a tough loss against the Detroit Lions, will be traveling to LA or Arizona to face the Los Angeles Rams. The reason why I say LA or Arizona, because everybody knows that they got the wildfires going on in LA. Also, my prayers go out to the folks out there in LA, and that they're safe, that they find safety and shelter due to the wildfires going on in LA. So, it might be in LA and it might be in Arizona. So, at number 5, I have the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens will be taking on their arch rival, Pittsburgh Steelers. Ravens, who are the AFC North champs, will be taking on the Steelers this weekend in the first round of the playoffs. At number 4, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles will be at home to take on the Green Bay Packers. Should be an interesting ball game because we don't know really if Jalen Hurts going to play or not. We'll see. At number 3, we have the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills will be at home to face the Denver Broncos. Buffalo Bills won the AFC East. They win the division every year. It's like one team wins. Saying New England had a stranglehold on the AFC East for a while. Now it's Buffalo's turn, and they don't like Buffalo going to let go for a while either. But they take on the Denver Broncos at home this weekend. And at number 2, we have the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions, man, turned a close game into a blowout as they defeated the Minnesota Vikings to win the division title and get home field advantage in the NFC for the playoffs. Ooh, excuse me. They're on a bye this week. They'll be playing next week. Maybe they can get some of these people that's injured back on the mend and everything. I think the running back Montgomery will be back by that time. We'll see if Hutchinson will be back. That would be huge. They got one of their linebackers back. So we'll see what happens. And at number 1, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs have home field advantage in the AFC for the playoff race as they stuck the big middle finger to the Cincinnati Bengals and rested all their starters as Denver got in the playoffs and won. The Chiefs are enjoying the bye week this week. They'll be playing next week to defend their title. 2-time Super Bowl champions. We'll see if they can get a three-peat. We'll definitely see. And that's the top 10 All About Sports 216 NFL Top 10. There you have it. There you have it. Top 10. Now, I'm going to go with something different. I'm going to predict the playoff games that I have. And everything. We're going to try some new music, some different music and everything this time and stuff. Let's go here. Uh-oh. Gotta unmute that. Let's go here to the design. Okay. All right. Now, first up, I'm going to do the AFC games. My picks for this weekend. First, I have the AFC North clash with the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The Steelers, whew, they are limping. They came limping to the finish line. Losers of 4 in a row to end the regular season at 10-7. The Ravens came out blazing, 12-5. This game here itself, it will be a typical AFC North physical football game. But I think Lamar Jackson and company will have enough to defeat Pittsburgh and send the Steelers home. So I got Baltimore winning 24-17. 24-17 Baltimore. Next up, got Denver Broncos taking on the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills 13-4. Denver Broncos 10-7. Bo Nix, rookie, first playoff start. Broncos got decent defense, but rookie first playoff start, that's going to be tough to be going in Buffalo and taking on the Bills. I got the Bills winning 27-17. Next up, the LA Chargers at 11-6 against the Houston Texans at 10-7. The Chargers, they're tough. Houston, I said they was going to have a little drop off because they play in a weak division. And I'm going to be honest, I think Houston's run comes to an end this weekend. I got the Chargers defeating Houston 24-20. 24-20. Chargers. Now we're going to go over to the NFC. It's a little bit more broader. Let's see. Washington Commanders 12-5 going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 10-7. Who will I choose? Let me see. Baker Mayfield has had a great season. Jalen Daniels, possibly Rookie of the Year. This game will probably be a shootout. And I'm going to go with Washington pulling it off. Got Washington winning 31-27. Just got this feeling with Washington. I don't know why. Just got this feeling. Next thing you know, we're going to Philadelphia. And you got the Green Bay Packers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Green Bay at 11-6. Philadelphia 14-3. Green Bay has had a trouble with teams that are good. They played Philadelphia to open the season, though. They didn't lose by much to Philadelphia. Now, the key for Philadelphia is Jalen Hurts. He's ready to play, to be honest. Because he is out for the last few weeks with a concussion and stuff. And if Jalen Hurts is ready to roll, I expect Philly to roll. I got the Eagles winning 27-24. And the last game, wait a minute. Okay, there we go. Last game, whether it's going to be played in LA or whether it's going to be played in Arizona, I have the Minnesota Vikings taking on the LA Rams. Vikings at 14-3. The Rams are at 11-7. Ooh, 10-7. My fault. 10-7. I'm going to go with Minnesota on the road. I think they're going to I think they're going to recover from their last loss against Detroit. And I think they're going to pull it out against the Rams. Darnold had a bad game. Everybody has a bad game. And the Rams, at times, their offense gets stuck in the mud. At times. It's been various times where the Rams' offense has been stuck in the mud. So I got Minnesota winning this game, and I got them winning 28-24. 28-24. And those are my predictions for the NFL playoffs. Also, as you all know, we also got college football going on too. We got the college football playoff. Matter of fact, a game starts pretty soon in about 45 minutes as Penn State will be taking on Notre Dame tonight. Notre Dame ain't the Fighting Irish of 10 years ago, I tell you that. Way more physical version of this football team. But they got a Big Ten guy coaching them. So it's going to be like another Big Ten game for real. Physical. But Notre Dame, I don't know. How can I say this? They're going to have to generate a little more offense, especially throwing the ball, because they're not going up against the second string quarterback this week. They're going up against Drew this week. It's going to be physical, but I got Notre Dame pulling this game out. Not Notre Dame. Oops, made a mistake. I got Penn State pulling this game out. I got Penn State winning 24-17. I got Penn State pulling it out. Now, then tomorrow night, in the other semifinal, we got the Ohio State Buckeyes taking on the Texas Longhorns in Jerry World. And the Notre Dame Penn State game is at the Orange Bowl in Miami. But Ohio State, and be honest, if Ohio State plays their game, I don't think they can be beat, personally. If they play their game, I don't think they can be beat. And I want to see if Ohio State's O-line can hold up against Texas O-line. So far, Ohio State's O-line has played lights. There's lights out against Tennessee, and they was lights out against Oregon. Texas got some guys that can get after them though, and Texas got some good players. For some reason, I would want to say Ohio State in a landslide, but I think it's going to be a pretty competitive game. But I see Ohio State winning it. And I see them winning it. And I see them outscoring Texas. I see them beating Texas 34 to 30. 34 to 31. Even though I'm not the biggest Quinn Ewers fan and everything like that, I think Texas is going to be pumped up because they're going to be literally at home. It's literally a home game for the Longhorns. So, but I still got Ohio State coming on top, in which my college football final will be Penn State versus Ohio State, as far as for the NCAA championship football. But I got Ohio State winning it 34-31. And those are my picks for this week. Like I said, now since football season is over, as far as for the Browns and whatnot, I will be coming on Thursdays at 6 o'clock. Check me out every Thursday. And you can comment, hit me up. Hit me up. I'm surprised there ain't no chats on here. But you can comment and hit me up. But it's almost 6, 7 o'clock. I'm about to get up out of here. Everybody enjoy the football games, enjoy the playoffs, enjoy the Cavs game tonight as the Cavs take on Toronto, and hopefully the Cavs can extend that winning streak to 12. Hopefully Cleveland State can win this weekend and extend their winning streak to 8. And hopefully the Cleveland State females can keep on winning as well. But everybody, have a good evening, have a safe weekend, and stay warm because it is colder than out there and everything. But this is your man Keith Allen for All About. Oh, I did want to bring up something else. I did before I get off here, and this is in the NFL because some coaches met their fate in the NFL. Antonio Pierce met his fate with their oh my God, nope, not Oakland. With the Las Vegas Raiders, he got fired literally after 1.5 seasons. And Gerard Mayo got fired. Now, my thing is this. So, he was in an impossible situation. Impossible situation. No talent whatsoever. And he had a rookie quarterback. Matter of fact, the team won more games than the Browns did. And you fire him after 1 season? What we had to do to keep his job? Go 14-3 with that roster? Come on. Come on, Robert Kraft. That's fucking ridiculous. And the Raiders, you know the Raiders are dysfunctional. They just fired their GM today. Matter of fact, they're dysfunctional. Pierce didn't have a quarterback either. He didn't have a QB either. He had Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. And I mean, when they played the Browns, I didn't even know half the wide receivers after they traded. Well, Adams got traded, but he was hurt that game. But then they traded Adams. It's like, come on. My thing is with Patriots thing, especially the Patriots job, is if you didn't think Mayo could coach him, why would you have hired him in the first place? Why? Why waste a man's time? Just shows when just shows you have to be twice as good, I see. But I'll digress on that. I'll definitely digress on that because I said that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I hope you don't get the coach that you want, Bob Kraft. As far as the Raiders, y'all gonna continue to suck. But anyway, this is your man Keith Allen for All About Sports 216. Signing out. Y'all be well, stay safe, and stay warm. And I am out. Uh-oh.
We in it for the love of the sport.
Love, man.
We the real McCoys, running the full court.
Yeah.
We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North.
Smash
We in
mouth,
it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the
Press,
sport.
man.
We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport.
Love, man.
We the real McCoys, running the full court.
Yeah.
We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North.
Smash mouth,
We in
baby.
it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the
Press,
sport.
man.
We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport.
Love, man.
We the real McCoys, running the full court.
Yeah.
We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North.
Smash mouth.